Hi everybody, all my followers, welcome to another video. So, the video today is on a 2006 BMW E60. The engine on this is the 535. Is the 3 liter, but it's the 535, the twin turbo. But that doesn't really matter for what we are going to be doing here. So this car came to me because of the following issue. So I'm going to start the engine just because it's easier. Okay, engine running, and what you're going to see is that. Let me get in a place where it's not gonna make glare. So there's no CCC. Screen is off. Anything related to the CCC doesn't work. So voice control doesn't work. The only thing that works really is the head-up display, but that is a separate unit anyway. So there's no radio, there's no nothing. So anything that is controlled by the CCC is off. So there's one thing I want to let you know, which is these LEDs here, as you can see, they are on. So that means our unit is getting power. What else? I've tried the well-known reset, pressing the two eject buttons and the mute button at the same time. Nothing happens. So I believe we have a dead CCC. And for now, what we're going to do, we're just going to try to scan the car, see if we can access the CCC, and providing on the results of that, we might have, well, we might gonna have to call a bad CCC or not, but let's gonna do a scan and see how it goes. Okay, so we did a scan and quite interesting. So I found my CCC GW gateway. So GW is for gateway. So my CCC, the gateway. But remember, this is the gateway. Okay, then from the gateway, I should have my radio, my antenna, my navigation, and all that stuff. And if you're gonna see, it's not here. Look, I'm gonna scroll down slowly. And you're gonna see that those modules are not here at all. Look, you see? 24 mod, that's it. I only have my CCC in my display, so my display comes up with no faults. I'm gonna show you the display. It looks alright. So my live data, everything looks fine in there. So I have my my voltage, my temperatures. Nothing's out of the ordinary. It's gonna go back, and I will do. Oh dear. Now I'll do something here, just to show you. I'm gonna okay, full brightness. It's gonna press the full brightness, activate, and there is my full brightness. Okay, then the screen kind of goes a little bit like weird, sort of, but then it goes away. Now we could blame the screen at this point, but if it was the screen only, I should have everything else working. Okay, I should have my radio, I should have my PDC, for example, which doesn't work either. So I should have all that other stuff. Actually, let me see if I do have my PDC here. I can't remember seeing. Oh yes, I do have. Pass no fault. Okay, but now look, when I go to my CAN gateway, sorry, my CCC gateway. So it's coming up that there is no faults, and there isn't on the gateway. Fine. But look, when I go to my, no, not the live data. It's gonna go to active tests first. There's no, I've done the reset already. And I can tell you, when I do the reset, I can hear the drives kind of spinning a little bit. So I can hear some noises in there, which means it's resetting the unit. But what I want you to see is when I go to general, no, not to general. When I go to self-test, look what happens when I press self-test. Failed. So obviously there is something wrong with our unit, as we predicted. I haven't checked live data yet. I'm gonna do it now, just to make sure. Look at that. See? I'm sure I should have voltage in there. Obviously, guys, I'm gonna check fuses and all that stuff. Don't panic yet. I will be checking all that, just in case. Look at that. That's interesting. Curious self-test. And A. Okay. Physical number. Let me see if it gives me a number. Oh, it gives me a number. Okay, so as you've seen, there's some stuff here that doesn't really make sense. And the first thing I'm going to do from here now is obviously check all my fuses, make sure I have voltage where they should go and all that stuff, and we'll go from there. But at this moment in time, most likely it's going to be a bad CCC. Maybe not, we'll see how it goes. Okay, all fuses checked out, and checked out okay. All the fuses in there, all the fuses at the back, in the boot. I don't think they came into here, but nevertheless, we checked everything. I don't think there's any more fuses anywhere around, I believe. So I think it's time to take the unit. I'm not going to take you through. I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there showing how to remove this unit. So just look for them. But yeah, we're going to remove the unit out and go from there, really. And as you can see, there is power to the unit. Okay, so we do have power here. Although I'm not sure if this fan is actuated internally or externally by the, is internally, it looks like. There is a fuse over there at the back. We're going to check that just in case. But like I said earlier, I could hear the drives inside making some noise. So yeah. To remove this, just a quick tip, you just take this top, only just pry it out and that will come out. Then you have two screws at the top that removes the AC controls and all this fascia at the front. Once you take that off, you can take the controls for the heated seats and stuff. If you want, you can leave them in place, there's no need, but I just took it off. Then you have four screws that holds the unit. You pull it, that's it. Just make sure you put it into drive so you have room to pull it out. But yeah. So we're gonna have a better look now at the unit, but I'm not gonna hold my hopes. I believe this is gonna be a replacement. Okay, just a quick correction. The fan is actually actuated externally by the car loom. So there's another module controlling this fan. But I've checked everything. Sorry guys, I've checked everything. The fuse in there is good. Nothing wrong with it, and the unit seems to be the original one, judging by the date, 13/03/2006. That's the month of the car, 3/2006, and all the seals are intact. So it looks like the unit is the original. I'm not gonna touch these units. They are not easy to repair. I've tried one in the past, and I don't want to do it again. So I'm gonna source another unit, because I'm pretty much 100% sure that this is going to be my fault, and once we get that, we should be ready to go. Okay, and this is like 4 or 5 days later, maybe more. I had a little bit of an issue with getting this unit. I bought a first one. The guy then messaged me saying there was a problem with it. He made me a refund. Then I struggled to find one exactly for the same price, because at this point I have already told the owner that the price I paid for the unit, and obviously I had to make sure I would get a unit roughly on the same price, which I managed to find. I got the unit today. A little bit disappointed. I already messaged the guy saying that he should have mentioned this on the auction. So this is the original unit from the car. If you guys remember, this is the one I got. First thing I've noticed is the volume button is broken. Is is in a really poor state. There is marks of grease / oil everywhere. Okay, the fascia at the front was absolutely canked in that grease. I've cleaned it all. But I think what I'm going to do, if this unit works, is move this panel into that unit, and hopefully will look much better than this. The guy was a little bit harsh on his reply, saying that, well, this was a second-hand unit. If it was a brand new unit, the price would be different. I replied that was not the point. The point was just he should have mentioned this. On the pictures, you couldn't see the button like this, and you couldn't see, obviously, the grease. The presentation, the way I got this unit was absolutely terrible. So for you guys out there that maybe sell stuff on eBay, look after your presentation, look after your reputation, guys. Don't send things caked in oil and all, you know what I mean. It's for a car that is in a, look at that unit, is in pristine condition. So obviously I won't be putting these on a car, will I? Well, you know what I mean. It just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, the important thing is make sure this unit is fully functional, which I hope it is. So my next step now, guys, is going to be, before I even attempt to replace this front face here, because it's only controls, there's nothing to program on that. I can do that at a later stage. The only thing I'm going to do now is plug this in, make sure it works. If it does work, then we're going to obviously program it. I'm going to use the MaxiSys. I've done this for, and the only reason why I'm going to try to use the MaxiSys for this is for the simplicity and how much easier it is to do this procedure with the MaxiSys. If you guys don't want to, obviously, I do understand you might don't have one of this. You can do with the, what's his name, NCS Expert. I've done it in the past. I'm going to leave a link in the description below to a video that I've done doing exactly pretty much the same thing, but using NCS Expert. So if you want to watch that one, in case if you don't want to, obviously if you don't have the MaxiSys. But yeah, I'm going to show you exactly that. So we're going to plug it in and see what happens. One important thing just before I go, you can't really see it, but there is a battery charger in the boot. I couldn't put it in the front because it's raining, but it's on the boot. I can show you a little bit, so you can see the cable going into the boot. Okay, my battery maintainer is in the boot. Just make sure I keep the battery. Don't try to do this with a low battery because you can mess things up. So a big advice here: make sure you use a battery charger or a battery maintainer, I would say. So you can do everything smoothly with no issues. Okay, guys, I've just plugged it in, and straight away I can see a difference. There we go. Obviously the ignition is off. I've just plugged it in. I was just to show you. So old unit, new unit. Oh, this button is horrible. How could the guys? Oh dear. Anyway, let's gonna turn the ignition on and go from there, really. So there it is, ignition on, and I should have, let me off, take this from here. Okay, so my unit is power on. That's weird. Gonna wait to see if it comes back on, but it should be on by now because my ignition is fully on, and I can't believe I got a faulty unit as well. Oh dear, I just can't believe this. Really? Why this? Oh gosh, the guy sold me a faulty unit. Okay, what I'm gonna do now? Oh. Okay. Oh dear. I managed to get in touch with the guy. He first started to question me if I was doing this myself. He was trying to start to blame me. But obviously I kind of put it straight, saying I know what I'm doing and blah 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 blah. Anyway, the guy is happy to take the unit back. I've been here for the last 20 minutes, ignition on. You just carry on doing that. So it comes with the logo, then goes off, and within 30 seconds or so comes out again, and blah blah blah, and is in a loop, constantly rebooting. So I don't have connections to nothing. I could try to somehow upgrade the unit, but you know, in a loop like this, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't want to mess with it, so I'm not gonna touch it. The guy is happy to take it back and to give me the money back, and I'll have to search another one. But as you can imagine, guys, there we go again. As you can imagine, is all the hassle I'm gonna have to go through now. Packing this, pay to send it back. I'm not gonna get my money back now for the postage. You guys out there selling stuff on eBay, be careful. The advertising say unit is tested. Bullshit. He never tested this unit, because otherwise you'd see this. So the unit was not tested. Well, I think it's gonna be that for now, until I get another unit. Send this one back and wait for the next one, guys. And well, that's what it is. Okay, and after that, completely disaster. And 3 days later, maybe, because in the meantime I've been working, I've been doing shifts and stuff, and obviously I had to order another unit, send that one back, and I got it delivered today. I haven't opened it, but I'm pretty much convinced that is my unit, judging by the size of the box, because I'm waiting for the stuff. But yeah, so this should be my unit. So let's gonna see how this one goes, and see if this one now works. And straight away here you can see the difference. Much better packed than the other one. I've never mentioned that, I think, but I told that to the seller. The other unit was just like wrapped on bubble wrap, but then the box was way too big for the unit, so the unit was just like bouncing inside the box, which probably is what broke the button anyway. I don't know if it was or not, but this one was like proper secured inside the box, and I can see straight away this is my unit. So let's gonna take it from the box and plug it in. Okay, and here it is, my unit. Still, this button is good and is not too bad, but still, I don't know if you can see this, the state of this button compared with the original one, which is, this car was very well looked after. So still, if this unit works, fingers crossed it's gonna work. Still, I'm gonna replace the front fascia with this one, because it's still in a better state than this one, so we'll be replacing that. But yeah, let's gonna plug it in. I want to see it working. Okay, kind of connected. It's gonna turn ignition on and see what happens. Okay, I can see all noise in there. My screen is on. Please work properly. My CD changer is going through the CDs. Oh, I don't have the ignition on actually. Hang on. Yeah, now is the ignition on. It's gonna wait. A little bit to boot. And off you go. Oh, I'm so happy. So happy. So, two things here. I knew that already, and we established that the screen is good. And my unit, this unit now looks like it's good. So what I'm going to do now before I do anything is just put the unit back in there, because I don't like the unit here. But before that, I think I'm going to do that now. I'm going to replace the front fascia with that one and then put it back, so I don't need to take it out again. One of the things I've seen here as well, quite straight away, is that this unit here has been already repaired. And I know that by looking at these seals here. You can see that this seal is already broken, and you can see this new seal that has been put on. There's one here, there's one on the side, so this unit has been repaired. But look, it's working. That's what we need to know. Still on, So everything looks good. And now we're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna replace the face here, the front panel, and then we'll proceed with the programming. We'll see why it's missing before. I'll take you a little bit through, and then let's gonna try to program it. Okay, and I'm ready to go. Replace the front fascia. As you can see there, the button is the good one. It's got a little bit dirty at the front. As you can see, that's the old one. The old unit does have the navigation disc and another CD at the top that I cannot eject. So I've tried everything before plugged in, and it just doesn't eject. So we're gonna have to find a way to remove those discs somehow. But we will do that later. For now, I've just kind of put everything in place. Everything's plugged in, including this button here, to make sure we don't have any errors. I quick nipped in the boot and had a look. The car does have the TV module, does have Bluetooth, and it does have the High 7 amp, High Logic, or the Logic 7. So it does have all that. Although it shouldn't be a problem, because if I code the car, if I code the module to the VO, it should code automatically all those modules for me. So let's gonna go. I'm gonna take you through how to do on the Maxis. I think I said this in the past on this video. I will leave a link in the description below where I kind of do the same job, but using NCS Expert. So if you don't have this tool, obviously you can do with a much more affordable tool, £20 cable and some software, and you can do it using NCS Expert. So let's gonna turn my ignition on. Okay, ignition on. System is booting. I'm gonna turn this off. Sorry about that, guys, but I'm with this horrible cough. The weather has not been helping, and it's been really weird. Okay, so it's gonna let it boot. It's gonna come here now, and let's gonna scan the car again. I think it's not gonna work unless I go through BMW, so okay. Now, while it loads the data, let's gonna see which options this car actually comes already with. The module comes already with. So let's gonna go, let's say communication, for example. Battery charge very low. I think I'm gonna have to put the charger on fast charge, because I don't think it's keeping up with this. Okay, and I've been here just having a quick look at the menus. My CD changer is missing, my TV is missing, Logic 7 is missing, so there's a few things missing. There's a few things missing here. So also I can't find here anywhere any settings for the head-up display, which I believe there is some settings on the menu here for the cars fitted with it. So after you press the programming and coding button and the data being loaded, you are presented with this screen asking if any control units were replaced. We're gonna press yes, and now I'm gonna select the one we just replaced. Okay, and the ones we're gonna have to select is everything that is part of the CCC. So audio controller was replaced, the antenna, which is part of it, gateway was replaced, BO user interface, and CCC app, which is all part of the same unit. I'm just gonna pause. I'm gonna go through one by one, make sure I didn't miss anything, and then we proceed. Okay, and I think I've selected everything, so we're gonna press OK. Okay, for some reason that hasn't done nothing, so I'm going to go to program encoding, control unit list, and I'm going to go to, let me see, the gateway. Then I might do not need to touch this. I think what I need is to touch my applications, coding. Okay, switch off engine, ignition is on, yes it is. You should code my CCC, hopefully. The apps, which is what is exactly that, the apps, the applications is what shows on the screen. It should code the menus and stuff, so you should now code the new menus for the CD changer and all that stuff. It's the first time I'm doing this with the Maxi 6, to be fair. The only time I've done this, you're going to see on my videos, was an airbag on an E60 as well. An airbag module. So ignition off. And a remove key. Okay, the CCC is rebooting. Key on, ignition on. Okay. Ignition off again. Ignition on. Okay, let's gonna watch the report. Everything successfully. So let's gonna see now if I do have my new menus, which I do have. So I do have my TV. I still have no CD changer for some reason, but I have my TV now. Let's see if it loads. Yes, it did load okay. Okay, so sounds good enough. So let's gonna go back to FM. I don't know why my CD changer didn't came in. It was the CD changer on the actually. Let me see if the CD changer is actually part of the car or if that was added. Okay, let's gonna end session. It's gonna actually, no, yeah, let's go back, vehicle details. 672 CD changer for 6 CDs. Okay, I have my Logic 7. Just found it. Surround settings. So there is. All good. Display settings. There we go. Head-up display, speed, navigation, cruise control, check control message. So I have my head-up display. Language doesn't really matter. So what? Oh, that's my thing off. What do I have missing here? Why did my CD changer did not came in? Check control message, that's it. Status, that's all. Okay, forget that. And communication interface, Bluetooth, communications active, so that's good as well. Okay, so climate, automatic programs. Okay, I have a few menus here that I didn't have before as well. It looks like the other one was different as well. So communications I've checked. Navigation is going to be no disk, most likely. Yep. Okay, so my CD changer is missing. Not that. Entertainment. I don't have CD changer still. Don't know why. Why not? Do I need to code something else? Let's go back and have a look. Okay guys, and it's all coded. It was probably coded from the beginning. That was my fault, because there was no CDs on this drive nor on the CD changer. So I've just been here removing the CD from this drive, and I've just put it on there, and obviously it's playing now, as you're gonna see. Okay, and straight away I have my CD 1, 2, 3, but because the magazine is blank, they come obviously like that. But because I had no CDs at all, wouldn't even give me a chance to come into here to actually then load the CDs. If I had CDs in there, obviously would give me the option for the CDs, but just my fault. So that was coded pretty much from the beginning, as soon as we did the applications. I'm really happy with everything. Everything is coded. I've been going through everything. Everything is working. So I'm really happy. There is just one thing I'm not happy with. I don't know if it's going to be... I haven't tried the navigation yet, because I haven't took the navigation CD from the old unit yet. But there is one thing I'm not happy on this unit. I don't know if you can hear this clicking noise. Okay, I'm not very happy with that. So I think I'm going to remove that unit again. And I might going to replace this drive with that drive. Just because I don't like that ticking noise in there. I don't know if you can definitely hear it. I'm sure you can. So am I gonna take the unit, take the top cover off, replace this, and then it should be good to go. But that's something that has nothing to do with what this video was about. So coded, you've seen how it's done, all working now, and yes, this was the diagnostic and repair of the car. I'm gonna obviously put everything back on in the end, but that's it for this video, guys. I'm really hoping that there's some info here that you guys are gonna like it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do have any questions, any comments, you know the score, put them below. And like always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next video.